Aries. In the signs brought forth by the movements of nature, Aries may show sensitivity today, especially when faced with disrespectful or tactless conversations. There's a tendency to quickly lose patience when others behave poorly. At work, care for others is shown through helpfulness, yet every action is guided by thoughtful assessment. With a strong desire to bring joy to their family, each effort and sacrifice is devoted to their well-being. In matters of love, affection and nurturing behavior shine through. And remember, the flow of nature cannot be underestimated, for events often come unexpectedly. Stay observant and always be cautious. Taurus. Through the indications from nature's rhythm, Taurus today may be marked by loyalty to one's word. A promise made is a promise kept, aiming to preserve respect from both family and peers. There's vigor and determination in every task, especially when motivated by the well-being of loved ones. Practical and wise in managing finances, not quick to lend and more inclined to save for the future. And remember, nature's work always carries a touch of surprise. Thus, caution is a valuable shield with every step. Gemini. From the message whispered by the winds of nature, Gemini today may exhibit a quiet yet diligent demeanor. Preferring calm surroundings, this day favors planning and focused execution. In the workplace, strategy takes priority over impulsive action. At home, there is joy in giving time to parents and in helping with household duties. Information is handled with care, belief only comes with solid proof. And remember, nature often brings sudden change. So stay alert and let caution guide each moment. Cancer. In the signals reflected by the movements of nature, Cancer may be especially focused on the joy and welfare of family. Every coin is valued, with spending choices leaning toward household needs rather than personal indulgence. Financial decisions are marked by thriftiness to secure the comfort of loved ones. At work, time is not wasted, tasks are completed efficiently and with care. And remember, nature's every motion carries the potential for surprise. So in every decision, let careful thought lead the way. Leo. Through the movements dictated by nature, Leo today may display a mindful approach to both speech and action, avoiding meaningless words and seeking purpose in every move. Lending money is not a priority, the needs of family come first. At work, promises are honored with commitment, what is said will surely be done. Laziness has no room, there's a strong drive to fulfill all responsibilities. And remember, nature shifts swiftly and unpredictably. Be ready always, and never forget to act with care. Virgo. In the hints given by the natural world, Virgo today is diligent and focused on efforts that contribute to the improvement of livelihood. Discipline is evident in both speech and behavior to prevent unwanted conflict. Special care is given to food and health, ensuring the family stays well and strong. In finances, the needs of the family take priority over luxuries or unnecessary spending. And remember, nature often moves in unexpected ways. So in every action, bring mindfulness and caution. Libra. According to the signs brought by the movements of nature, Libra today may have a tendency to become easily irritated, especially when conversations seem pointless. You may choose to avoid meaningless discussions and prefer to stay silent. At work, your focus is intense and you dislike mistakes. Everything is done properly with the goal of continuous progress. You don't dwell on jealousy but may feel a sense of doubt, making you more cautious in your interactions. At home, you find joy in lively conversations and become more affectionate toward loved ones. And remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for events arrive unexpectedly. Always be mindful of every move. Scorpio. According to the signs brought by the movements of nature, Scorpio today may show a disciplined nature, placing work above gossip or senseless talk. At home, positive energy fills the space, and you find ways to maintain happiness within the family. You prefer working quietly and alone, as your mind is more analytical and your observation sharp. In love, you are affectionate and serious about promises made, willing to do everything to strengthen the relationship. When dealing with others, you avoid speaking without thinking to prevent misunderstandings. And remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for events arrive without warning. Always be cautious with words and actions. Sagittarius. According to the signs brought by the movements of nature, Sagittarius today may have a short temper over minor inconveniences. You'll prefer peace and working alone to maintain your concentration. You are diligent and thrifty with the goal of bringing joy to your loved ones. You face challenges with courage, but you also take time to think before taking action. At home, you enjoy happy conversations and naturally show care, especially when it comes to food and nurturing others. In love, you remain affectionate and nurturing. And remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for events come suddenly. Maintain inner peace and a calm mind. Capricorn. According to the signs brought by the movements of nature, Capricorn today may be energetic and refuses to waste time on laziness. You dislike procrastinating and are determined to accomplish your tasks. You may feel a tendency toward jealousy today, so it's best to stay quiet if these emotions arise. At work, you have no interest in idle chatter and prefer hard work as an investment in future success. You're uncomfortable with senseless or offensive conversations, and instead, you prefer respectful dialogue. And remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for things happen suddenly. Always be careful in choosing who you associate with. Aquarius. According to the signs brought by the movements of nature, Aquarius today may be meticulous and organized in all aspects, whether at home or at work. You dislike confusion, so everything must be in order to avoid inconvenience. You don't easily trust, especially when it comes to work. Quality and good results are your priority. In financial matters, you are careful and disciplined in saving money for the well-being of your family. In love, you are affectionate and loving, and today, there is no space for jealousy in your heart. And remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for events come suddenly. Always make responsibility a habit. Pisces. According to the signs brought by the movements of nature, Pisces today may be quiet and humble. At work, you prioritize quality and dislike chaos. If you've made a promise to your family, you will do your best to fulfill it to maintain harmony and happiness at home. In financial matters, you are thrifty and know how to save, especially when it's for the joy of your loved ones. You avoid conflict or problems at work because you value stability in your livelihood. In love, you remain affectionate and sincere with your feelings. And remember, the workings of nature are beyond measure, for events happen suddenly. Always be cautious and discerning with every step you take.